Hello, attractive and well-educated watchers, and welcome back to this wonderful game called Prison Architect, and yes, we're gonna say it just once more, at least. Spiffing Brit, you've created a monster. As you can see, we had to take a little bit of time to get our grid network on the previous one, but after that, we were able to divide our next large plot up into perfect little 20 by 20 squares with little extra buffer forestry zones on top. And then we used the succeeding money to buy tons and tons of other land, which we will probably also use for exactly the same thing. But don't worry, eventually we're gonna get a prison on this joint. Maybe. Probably? We don't understand why our power Really? So, we're very confused. Are we only allowed to have one power station? No, one power station on at a time? Should we just get rid of this? Rumor. Box. You know, fuck it. At this point, it's probably best just to stick with our guns and not ask too many questions. Look at all of our exports. Oh, this is going way too slow for us. Zoom. No, watch as you see that they can't possibly bring enough trucks. Pretty sure... No, we have our tax haven, which we suppose means that we don't... Oh, no, we definitely need to finance. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, look at that. Well, the next thing we were probably thinking of, actually, was that we were either going to put our prison on this here tile or this here tile. We're definitely leaning more toward this here tile. We're running out of money because the trucks cannot possibly bring everything we need them to. This is strangely lessened, Yeah, we're also pulling the Spiffing Brit move just using our keys here, because it saves on hand motion. And we're a writer, so we want to hit carpal tunnel in the ass as much as possible. So let's just take it easy, make inordinate amounts of money, defeat debt, all the while completely neglecting our responsibilities as a prison warden in favor of brightening up the environment with awesome, cool, new displays of forestry potential. Now, if the government has a problem with this, then they shouldn't have given so much power to for-profit prisons in the Bush administration. 'Cause, you know, that's what led to this, guys. That's what led to this. You have nobody to blame but yourselves that we are hilariously abusing our authority to buy land at an undermarked rate and have gigantic governmental grants and stuff like that. Like, we're a bad person, guys. You don't really understand. Like, we do all of these bad things for the sake of good. Generally speaking, that's our rule. Like, we know that we're a bad person, and the only way to get over it is just to, you know, be Machiavelli's The Prince or something, use all of our horrible, nasty wickedness for the good of everybody else. And that's basically what we're doing here. The government thinks that we're going to be locking up and putting away their black people or whatever. Well, sorry, they're black women, because those are the only women that we've seen, at least on the only black person that we've seen, as we've covered in a previous video, is a woman. A woman for the black prisons, or for the women's prisons. And we're like, wait a second, are you trying to say something, or we've since taken a big fat dab and tried not to think too terribly much of it, because, you know, no reason to lose sleep over it. Yeah, we are actually going to make a grid system for this particular one, and we're just going to make our prison all the way over here, as far away from escape land as possible. Maybe. We don't actually know. But people will enjoy their time here. It's going to be a luxury prison, only the best. We're not joking either. It's, you know, this is for maximum security, maximum rehabilitation, guys. Not joking. We take our job very seriously. It's why we spent so much on this forestry program first, so that we would have the overhead to, you know, not suck so bad. Now look at that. Look at that. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. We'll just slowly branch out. These, for the record, are concrete tiles. We're just making walking paths. It's much, much faster if they walk on tiles. Now, we would be dishonest if we said that this is only the first time we've ever played the game. At this point, it is actually the second time we've played the game. We've taken a day in between. We've watched a couple of videos. We haven't learned anything about how the system actually works anymore, and we sure as fuck haven't done no damn tutorials. But we have gotten a bit of a better hang on the game since we took some time to produce this ridiculous forestry nightmare land. And we think that we're confident to actually build a real prison come here in the next, 1 or 2 Let's Plays. Probably even this Let's Play. Maybe not. Maybe actually not. We don't actually know what we're doing. But we are gonna do our best. We're giving it what we've got for you lovely fans out there. You attractive and well-educated watchers. And we're gonna do, we're branching out. We're gonna give it our best. Right now, we're just setting up our beautiful little grid system, because the spiffing Brit, we think he'd be proud, you know, just a lovely little scenario here to do all of our forestry and so on. We know this is super boring, which is why we didn't do the first 2, all of our trial and error yesterday. Or not yesterday, but the other day when we did our last one. But as you can see here, we just do 20 spacers. It's generally pretty darn easy. Whoops. That is the opposite of what we meant to do. Replace it. There. Okay, back to geometry. We might have an extra large one on this one. It didn't happen on the old one because we had this lovely little export section over here taking up a bunch of space. We're not exactly sure how big that is, but it's all gravy. We're seeing we're getting a little low on money. By a little low on money, we mean we're flat broke and we're falling into debt, so, gonna fix that once again. Maybe a little closer, so the computer likes us a little better for it. And you just have to move up and down. And sell the wood, which is, we don't know, 100, 200 a pile. It honestly seems like it differs a little bit from time to time, but we don't make things of it. And yes, by the way, we do have 100 gardeners and 200 workmen. They all have their work cut out for them. So, just that's all cool. It's cool. It's auto-saving for us. How nice. All right. So, back to... Come on now. Back to concrete paths. Oh, no, come on. Jeez, really, guy? We just got back into the black. Alright, it's cool. It's cool. We see the problem here. Well, I mean, one of the problems is clearly all of this lagging and glitching, but there's nothing really that can be done with that. Our forestry center is so cool and so advanced that, like some of our RimWorld games, like pretty much all of our RimWorld games, the people will have a bit of a trouble keeping up because we're so beast. Oh yeah, and you know, all of these trees are growing and processing and doing their general doodad, so we guess that might be it, but we're pretty sure it's because we are so badass. Just putting it out there. Pretty sure. Now, can we please get this path down? Thank you. That's what we're talking about. So this is a 31 fur, and we're just gonna leave it like that. Because why not? We can use some big plots. Henceforth, you should be a smart person and not try to make everything forestry, because then they will dig up the tiles, as far as we know, to plant more trees. Could be wrong. It might just be us. We're pretty sure that's how it actually works. So you're going to want to go to room. You're going to want to find forestry, which, yes, we understand we already have 92 of. And you're just going to want to crank all that shit out. If you miss a line or accidentally over forestry like we did, that's fine. You just right-click and drag over, and it does that little woobly thing, and you're all good. And as you see from there, it's a pretty straightforward process of just planting in all of your forestry and correcting all of your obvious mistakes and, you know, making sure you don't kill yourself, because this is your life now, is you're a warden, but you've decided for whatever reason that you had an aneurysm or a stroke and now you're crazy about saving the planet, but you also have to, you know, balance it with other stuff. Also, set an alarm for 15 minutes. That's all you got us for, guys. Sorry, after that we gotta go get our rice. Yeah, she sets the alarm. That Google. And as you'll know, we just spent $32,000 on trees. It's fine, that number's only going to go up. And it's also fine, because as that number goes up, we'll only get more money. Clear out your mistakes as you go, so you don't drive yourself completely insane. You know, we really don't like talking normally. Like with our voice, we like writing a lot, as people who have been a fan of our Patreon for a while probably know. But generally speaking, we're super awkward, and we want to say thanks, because this YouTube has been a real opportunity for us to, like, come out of our proverbial shell and meet more people and talk to stuff and really just get ourselves out there, which we feel like for one reason or another we were never able to do, you know, before. But now we're able to do it, and that's really exciting. And we're really happy for that chance. So thanks everybody who watches on a regular basis. We know that we don't do anything special, and we're not big like Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, and we're not, you know, some kind of legacy creator like Deceased Crab or a super attractive and polite individual like Hannibal Show or anything like that, but we try, and we hope you guys enjoy what you see, because we really have fun, a lot of fun doing this. You know, even if sometimes, like right now, we're doing some more formulaic and boring stuff. I'm getting angry at our 4.5-year-old computer because it's been with us our entire homelessness and it's taken just as many beats and bangs as we have. What's our problem? Probably no problem. That's right. Just continue to ignore anything else in your prison and just continue to make more forestry centers. The more forestry centers you have, the more logs that will pile up at your exports, the more you can sell, the more you will get. And henceforth, thereafter, the more forestry tiles you can make, and the more trees you can buy to fill them, which makes more money, etc., etc. This is very fun. Spiffing Briff, you've created a monster. What have you done to all of our poor viewers? Now they must watch and be stuck forever in this torture problem. This horrific forestry whatever scenario we've got going on. Also, we are often really annoyed at this game for how right-click cancels the item that you put, or places the item that you have selected that you haven't put yet. We're like, okay, wait a second. Work this out better, friend. Also, so we've been really thinking about this since the very beginning, what with the graphics and all. Does anybody else think that this is just Prison RimWorld? Like mundane, industrial Prison RimWorld? That's definitely the feel we get from this. Like, all of our people look like little RimWorld pawns, and all of our buildings are all perfectly square and one-storied, because for whatever reason the idea of second-story buildings is completely foreign to this version of humanity. Well, that's definitely not what we meant, but whatever. Come on, we're almost there. We're almost on the home stretch. Why, computer? Do not lag. Come on, Betsy. You can do it. You can do it, old girl. Yeah, we did it. We finally made it, guys. It's excellent. And look at what we have to show for it. Far too many logs. Forestry Tycoon Simulator succeeded. Now, remember, these are 20 by 20 squares, and once you finish, you should have a 31 wide at the very end, with some, probably 31 talls at the top. That's okay. It's still perfectly within the margins that we need for our business to flourish. As long as our game doesn't crash like it's trying to do. Because we have given it far too much input, and it needs to cry. But we don't allow crying, Betsy. You've been on the road in the middle of the summer in the Midwest. You know how it is. We don't cry. We just we get back up, and we make more money. That's what we do, Betsy. Because if we didn't, we'd be dead, and you'd be in the garbage or something by now. On the side of the road, in the Midwest. No, wait. It's winter. The cold, frozen, snow-covered American Midwest. That's where you'd be. So we gotta keep going, Betsy. We know it's tough on you. It is tough on you, girl. But our forestry center, it will be made. By the end of this Let's Play, we will be so rich, you won't even believe it, old girl. So rich, Betsy. So rich. We just have to sell off all of these logs. Fortunately, we have hundreds of workmen, literal hundreds, to bring it where it needs to be so that it's more convenient for us. At one point before we made all of this section right here was so busy that we could literally just go up and down and up and down over and over and over again without ever running out of wood. It was really fun. Spiffing Brit style! Once again, if you haven't already checked out the Spiffing Brit, you should go check them out. Get yourself a cup of tea. Just make everything real good. The Spiffing Brit did originally make this Forestry Tycoon Simulator idea. We are very, very much copying off of him, as we said in the initial video. So go, give him a shout out, say hello to him, drop him a like and subscribe. He's a really cool dude, at least, from what we've seen of him. We actually found out about him a long time ago and then totally didn't do anything or watch any of his videos or anything since the Hoi 4 Belgium exploit, which is easily one of our favorite exploits in any Paradox game ever. It's just so funny. So, yeah, big thanks to Spiffing Brit for giving us this idea and ensuring that we literally can't fail at this game now. This, again, is only the second time we've ever played it. It's the first game of this we've ever actually played seriously without, cheats and stuff. The only big modifiers that make it appreciably easier is that there is no nighttime on this particular map, and we did that because if you paid attention to our last video, darkness is really dumb. And it makes things just generally very difficult when you're trying to make a Forestry Tycoon simulator. Yeah. So as you can see, we're almost out of the red now. We're almost in the black. As soon as we are, that'll be a glorious, glorious day. It does take a bit of a cooldown once we have all that done, but it's cool. This is like 3 days. Not even a thing, guys. Don't even worry about it. So yeah, exports, lots of money. We're probably losing way more money on tree, but we like that when it delivers, it doesn't deliver and say trees. It just says tree. Like you just spent a bunch of money on tree. Just one tree. And we're a stoner, so it's even funnier because, trees is, get some tree. That's, yeah. Funny stuff, pot culture. Here, let's just clear all this out. Make it a little easier on ourselves. It's not like the workmen won't have more logs to put in. At this point, we literally can't get rid of all of them. And soon, like in literally less than a day... Here. Let's even make it like as close to now as possible. Remember, if the export trains don't come fast enough, just sell items off manually like so. Also, if you work hard to go into your forestry fields and get rid of the logs there, it will help speed up the delivery of more trees and thus the allowance and reception of more money. Because you need to clear spaces first before you can plant trees. Yay, we're in the black again! Oh, we just failed. It's too much forestry. It's too many trees. What are we gonna do? Yeah, actually, to be perfectly honest, we think after this one, we're gonna buy this one, and this is where our prison's gonna be, and that's it. We're not gonna do any more Forestry Tycoon Simulator after this one. Because this land is crazy! Alternatively, we might put our prison out here, in this big absent section, and then have our prisoners, which we get money for anyway, we hear, like $1,000 for a maximum security or something, every day. Then we're going to have them work on it, which will save us money on gardeners. And in the meantime, we just really want to get back into the black, which is going to take, like, a long-ass time. Because every single time we will get above money on this, into the black, it will buy more trees for us. Immediately. Regardless of our wish. Except that it is our wish, we've already made the demand for all of these trees. So, remember, to bite off more than you can chew. Oh wait, no. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Wait, what kind of fucking life slogan motto is that? Who doesn't bite off more than they can chew? Who just takes only what they can get in life? We're humans. We don't do that. Come on now. Come on, Betsy. Okay, we're bored over here in the main area. Let's see what we got back at the exports. Clearly not enough to do our silly little spam run yet. So back into the main areas. Well, let's just swing this mouse around, kind of without thinking much about it. See where that leads us. Yay, we're in the black again until we buy more trees. Oh, sorry guys, that's all you got for us for this particular one. So, however, we do want to show you, remember, your 20 by 20 squares are muy necesito. But, if you have a square under 20, just add it on to the next square, okay? 20 by 20 squares, remember to export all of your trees, keep that sell object button very close to your heart. It's your best friend, especially when you buy a bunch of trees, and you just need to get out of the red really fast, like this. So, have fun, have a great time, remember to like and subscribe, and like and subscribe to the Spiffing Brit, because he made this idea. Thanks a bunch, Spiffing Brit. Remember, enjoy your tea.